Welcome to the 49th edition of the Radiance Technologies Independence Bowl. Maybe a little on the chilly side, but a lot of sunshine at Independence Stadium today as the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers out of the Sun Belt meet the Louisiana Tech Bulldogs from Conference USA, and just an hour away from their campus in Ruston, Louisiana. Coastal wants to get him in these third and long situations all day. Off the play fake, Cucuck is going to tuck it and try and run for the first down. He has it and more. Across the 40, and then he's pushed out, angled out at about the 43. That's a 16-yard pickup. Opening series for Louisiana Tech. Here in the Radiance Technologies Independence Bowl, floating it deep downfield. It's tipped and picked off. Intercepted by Coastal Carolina. Bringing it back, Lionel Whitaker, the transfer from Maryland. And that is a big start for this defense for Coastal Carolina, and they're going to have great field position at midfield.
Tips and overthrows, Clay, what do you say about those? You got to get those. Jalen Mickens just in high overthrown football. And Lionel Whitaker just at the right spot at the right time.
Tad Hudson. After the penalty, Hudson loads up, throws, wide open man, caught at the 29. There is a flag down. That's a big play for Robbie Washington, gain of 21. It looks like this will be a 29-yard attempt. He is perfect from inside the 30 this year. Snap, spot, the kick, and it is no good. Pushed it to the right.
Before he was head coach, so interesting comments from a defensive-minded coach. They want to score a lot of points. I thought that was really cool.
And I think the fan base is hungry for it after a year where it's been tough to score points. And that is a nice catch and run after the catch for Bryson Graves. From the 37-yard line. Shotgun snap. Hudson getting some pressure off the backside. Down the seam, nice catch. That is Zach Courtney, the tight end.
Give me all sorts of brand new receivers. I don't care, but this offensive line, they've been through the ringer.
3rd down and 8 after the penalty. Backing up, Hudson drops it off short. Nice cutback. Free lane to the end zone for Dominic Nicely, and a touchdown. 20 yards for Nicely. And it is the rookie getting the scoring started here in the opening quarter for Coastal Carolina.
What a play call from offensive coordinator Drew Hollingshead.
Retry the extra point after the penalty on Coastal Carolina. And LaForge bangs it through to make it 7-0. 34 points per game in Conference USA play this year.
Yeah, they led Conference USA in points per game.
Cucuck on 3rd and long. Down the seam, and that's a connection. 1st down and more. Staying on his feet is Marlon Jackson. And he gets across the 45-yard line before he's knocked out by Avion Jones. That's the play the Bulldogs have been looking for.
Cucuck does a nice job just settling his feet. You know, we talked about the happy feet earlier in the game. Finding Jackson there on a deep in route behind that too-high safety look.
240 pounds, 6'2", but he had a 98-yard touchdown run against Missouri State in their last game. And he takes off here right up the middle. Hurdles a tackler and gets to the 29. Another 1st down for Louisiana Tech. He's from Shreveport. His dad, Marty, was a kicker for Louisiana Tech back in the 90s. And he gets the Bulldogs on the board. 42-yard field goal for Kent.
Want to get another play before the 2-minute timeout.
Low snap. Hudson goes deep right side, has a man open. Caught at the 35, 1st down and much more. Deep into Bulldogs territory for Malik Mega, who's playing in his final college game.
Malik Mega with a slant and go, just a double move right there on Cedric Woods, who's played a lot of football.
Inside of 2 minutes this season. It was back on October 11th against ULM. Thrown to the end zone. That is caught for a touchdown. Robbie Washington hangs on as Tad Hudson put it right where he had to. 16 yards and a score for the Chanticleers.
Anytime you can get Robbie Washington lined up on a safety, You're going to take that, and a nice throw. I've been really impressed with Tad Hudson so far here today. 2 passing touchdowns, 194 yards through the air in the first half. Remember, this guy's never thrown for 200 yards in a game before.
Robbie Washington, the former Miami Hurricane, with a big touchdown catch. Kian Fructe with the extra point, 14-3 with 1:16 before half. Second 3 and out for Coastal Carolina as Sebafunde sends it away. Here comes Dedrick Latulis. Good return into plus territory. Latulis, one man to beat. And he's dragged down along the sideline by the punter, Sebafunde. He's their kickoff specialist and punter. But also called in on long-range field goals, trying to get 3 on the board. And he does. So Louisiana Tech so far today settling for field goals at the Radiance Technologies Independence Bowl.
Taking away, they have dared Kukuk to throw the ball deep, and he has not. The only time he did, he threw an interception.
Second series of the half for Tad Hudson and Coastal Carolina. Went 3 and out. Ball comes out. And it looks like Louisiana Tech has it. They do. It's recovered. Donovan Ryman, the defensive end, jumps on the loose football right around the 40-yard line.
Robbie Washington on a little out route, a little rub route. Instead of going out of bounds, decides to come back in. 22, Jaden Mayfield. Just, I mean, looks like he drops, he's wearing sleeves right there, and this is exactly what Louisiana Tech needed defensively.
And that ball is loose. I think they're going to call it incomplete. It looked like it was tipped. They're going to say it's a fumble, and it's recovered by Coastal. Diawara picked up the loose football. Now I got to believe they're going to look at this again.
This is the second time we've seen that. You called back to it, a little pop pass earlier, and then come back to this, almost run the identical play. Kukuk's trying to get the football away downfield to a seam route.
14-6, Coastal Carolina trying to finish with a winning record. Tad Hudson, one of the 3 quarterbacks to play this year for the Chanticleers, right on the money. And his passing game today has been pretty sharp as he hits Graves for a gain of 27. Longest pass play today. Healthy enough to play. He was going to get the start today, but still bothered by that knee injury. So it's Hudson's game, and look at this. He's right on the screws again. Hits Graves, turns and dives inside the 10-yard line.
It's the exact same play they ran earlier to Robbie Washington in the first quarter. They try to get a flat defender, watch him pump to the sideline and throw this corner route. You got two offensive guys behind, and Bryson Graves, a seam route. I'll tell you what.
Here comes Kian Fructe to attempt a 22-yard field goal. He missed from 29 earlier into this same end zone, and this one's blocked. And if Fructe is going to try and cover up the football, it's still live. Louisiana Tech has it. And Foster will be whipped out along that far sideline. Kenyatta McNeese, the safety, came right up the chute and got a hand on it.
Time and time again, when you think Louisiana Tech's back is up against the wall, man, they just make a play and they come out of nowhere, the blocked kick.
In the return game, he's standing inside the 25-yard line. Low kick. And juggled and hit immediately is Graves. Ball's loose. Going toward the end zone. Who's going to jump on it first? Still loose. It's a mad scramble down there waiting for the call.
No one wanted it.
And that is going to be a touchback. Coastal Carolina
what
got
in the
to
world
it,
just
and that
happened?
is going to be a touchback. Tim Beck was fired after 3 seasons of Coastal Carolina after a 20-18 record. Jeremiah Johnson, the interim. His quarterback just lost it, but it is recovered. Sifa Leota, great pressure. And the offensive lineman, Trey Franklin, able to get on it for Coastal Carolina. And they're going to have to kick.
Got to make them hand the football off to the running back on these zone reads.
Just 150 yards of offense. Louisiana Tech, though, gets it out to midfield as Clay Tevenen bursts up the middle for a gain of 14. One of the better plays of the day for this offense.
Look at just the threat of Kukoc running, what it does to that defensive lineman. On
the big bruising running back Burnett in the backfield, but Kukoc wants to throw and has a wide open receiver, Jackson, who lost it. And it's recovered by Coastal Carolina. One of the biggest pass plays of the day for Louisiana Tech, and it's going to go for naught as Fred Adams recovers the Jackson fumble. Yeah, honorable mention all Sun Belt, so that's a big hit. Pumping. Hudson throws, it is caught and then intercepted. Robbie Johnson caught it. It was popped out and picked off by Jordan McCray. Are you kidding me?
Ruling on the field was an interception by the defense.
Another turnover.
That would be 5 total turnovers.
Timeout for an injured player.
On the day.
What a hit by Amari Butler, the junior quarterback.
Timeout on the field.
I mean, he just came in and leveled the receiver. Trey Kukoc, the quarterback, in the backfield with Burnett, fakes the handoff, slides out, looking down the seam, and it is caught. Toward the end zone, touchdown. Marlon Jackson. They take a shot on first down. Kukoc to Jackson, 52 yards. Just his 3rd passing touchdown of the year, and what a time for it.
How about this play from Marlon Jackson? Coastal Carolina decides to bring the pressure, no safeties back, one-on-one. And how about an answer from Marlon Jackson? The last time we saw him on the field, it was a fumble to take it away. He's got the gifts like Santa Claus. That was the celebration, and a perfect throw from Trey Kukoc.
And they're going to go for 2 and try and tie this ball game up. They're going to bring in the jumbo package. 7 offensive linemen here for Louisiana Tech as they try to knot this game at 14.
And finally, Clay, we've been talking about it all game long. You have to eventually take a shot down the football field. They called it at the exact right time. And 2-point conversion. A lot of times they motion out the quarterback like this, snap it to Burnett.
And they do. Burnett now will pitch it to Kukoc, who throws it to the tight end, Finley, who is upended short of the goal line. And the 2-point conversion will fail.
Timeout on the field.
Was that like a failed Philly special right there?
I think you're right.
Yeah,
Yes.
try to do it.
End over end punt and take it at the 26. Here comes Lutulis. 35-40, 45 to midfield and pulled down at the 49 in plus territory. 52-yard touchdown pass from Kukoc on the last series. Bouncing off tacklers, Kukoc, the quarterback, stays on his feet. First down and more inside the 10 and inside the 5-yard line. Trey Kukoc, 29 yards, first down, goal to go, Bulldogs.
Motion them out to Wildcat.
There goes Kukoc to the left this time. Burnett walks in, touchdown, Andrew Burnett, and Louisiana Tech, for the first time today, has the lead.
Tell you what, I'd love to hear that halftime speech from Sonny Cumbie, because this team has come out with some fire, some energy, all 3 phases, special teams, offensively, defensively, gotten takeaways. It's exactly what they needed. Their special teams has done really well today as well. And I think they're going to go for 2 here.
And now going for 2 to make this a 6-point game. Kukoc, time, now flips it out. Caught, and they got in. But there's a flag, 2 flags down on the far sideline, 3 flags as another one comes in late.
There was a Coastal Carolina player running off of the bench as the snap was happening.
A replay.
See at the top of your screen, a defender runs here and tries to tackle Burnett. That is illegal. You can. 3rd and 3. Much better situation than these 3rd and 7s. You got man coverage across the board, some crossing routes or a run.
Slant route. And was it caught? They're going to say no, incomplete. It was juggled by Washington, and it lands on the turf. Jordan.
Coastal showing pressure. They dropped 8 last time. Got some pressure on them.
Kukoc takes off. 1st down. How about that gritty run by the quarterback? John Hoya Chance already has a 51-yard field goal for the Bulldogs. Ball came out. Who has it? Looks like Coastal does. Oh, what a terrible turnover for Louisiana Tech. That would be their 4th. Lionel Whitaker with the takeaway.
Andrew Burnett with something you can't do is put the football on the ground. They've been sloppy with it all game long. Just comes out right before he hits the ground.
3rd down and 10. Hudson. Big pressure up the middle. Pass incomplete. Jakari Foster, the safety blitz. And it's 4th down. Coastal's going to have to punt.
Play clock.
And now the Chanticleers are going to call a timeout. No gain for Kukoc. That's going to be 4th down, 2:20 to go. 1:59, and it's go time for Coastal. 4th down. Down 6. Low snap. Tad Hudson rolling out to his right, looking downfield. Pass is behind and incomplete. And Louisiana Tech will take over on downs.
Trying to buy some time with his legs. Thought he might have tried to run for it a little bit. Knew he was going to be looking at Bryson Graves, who has 9 targets. Just in a full scramble drill. They're playing 2-eye safety man. Graves comes back to it, tries his best to make the play.
The operation is clean. The kick is good. And Louisiana Tech is going to be able to salt this one away and finish the year 8-5.
He barely got that in that left upright. Or lost on the last play of the game twice. I mean, that could be potentially a 10-win season for Louisiana Tech. So Sonny Cumbie doing big things here.
And an interception. Jakari Foster, his 8th interception of the year to lead the country. It's been a great year for the All-American, and that is a perfect way to bring this Independence Bowl to an end. And it took a while for this team to get going. They do in the 2nd half, and they scored 20 points after halftime to win it 23-14. And they will finish the year 8-5. And Coastal Carolina will usher in the Ryan Beard era next season